To give us a little bit better idea of what people such as Rush Limbaugh face in trying to overcome their addiction, we're joined now by two guests. Jake Epperly is director of the Midwest Rapid Opiate Detox Center, and William Stelcher is a recovering painkiller addict who'll share with us some of his personal experience. Thanks to both of you for joining us. And William, let me begin with you. Tell us briefly what you went through. You believe you were addicted to this painkiller, OxyContin?
Oh, absolutely. I don't believe it, I know it.
So what happened? How did you get off of it?
Well, through Jake's program, actually. I mean, I had to go through a rapid detox and a 30-day program.
Well, what did that entail? And obviously what you went through is not necessarily what Rush Limbaugh is going through right now, but tell us the 30-day program you went through.
It's called New Hope, and it's here in Chicago, and it was a bunch of people telling me a lot of things that I didn't want to hear. And I think that that's truly the only way I could have gotten through it, because, you know, had I been, doing what I wanted to do, I would have been doing the exact opposite and still on the medication.
Briefly walk through those 30 days. What was it like?
It was me fighting, kicking, screaming, not wanting to be there, telling everybody how much they didn't understand me and my physical problems, and just me trying to slowly unwrap the onion, if you will, kind of look at myself and the things that I had been doing.
How difficult was it to get off OxyContin?
It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Well, describe a little bit what kind of physical pain you went through.
Okay. Just knowing that I would be sick was what prolonged me from getting off of it. It's the worst illness, and I know that they've portrayed these things on television, but it's like being sick with the flu for about 10 days straight, where you throw up from the very, very deepest parts of you inside and throw it up, and you sweat. And fortunately for my wife, being involved in my life, who didn't abandon me, she was there to empty the garbage of vomit, if you will. I'm sorry for being so graphic, and just make sure I didn't die. You feel like you're going to die at any moment.
Jake, you run this detox center. Obviously, you've had a lot of experience in dealing with this problem that Rush Limbaugh is facing right now. What is the best way, from your vantage point, to beat this addiction?
Well, you never quite beat the addiction per se. You can get yourself into recovery, Wolf. And like, William had talked about, he had many failed attempts at trying to get off this drug, OxyContin and other narcotics, because of the severity of the withdrawal. And so just getting off the drug is only part of it. And like he said, going into a residential treatment was the second part of it. But what we have found is what's very effective, particularly with OxyContin, is anesthesia-assisted rapid opiate detoxification, where they're put under anesthesia, and probably 90% of the withdrawal distress and the length of the withdrawal is greatly diminished, and they're able to enter into structured residential care much sooner and get onto the road to recovery.
Is this a struggle that they have to go through the rest of their lives, every single day, worrying about this addiction, as from your vantage point, from your experience?
No, I mean, it's not a daily struggle per se. Recovery shouldn't be that. They talk about that, I believe, in the book Alcoholics Anonymous, about being recovered from this hopeless state of mind and body. And when someone's sick and addicted to this, drug and have a dependency, they have a hopeless state of mind and body. Their body's addicted to it. They're thinking about it. They're obsessed about it. And today, I mean, Bill's a good example of he's physically, over the withdrawal from the drugs. He doesn't have this continuing obsession. But, like I'm sure Bill does and many other thousands of people, you work a daily recovery program, whether it's through going through a 12-step program or continuing counseling or whatever. But
a lot of people, Jake, take OxyContin. If they take it appropriately, based on the recommendations of the pharmaceutical manufacturer, based on what their doctors are telling them, they won't get addicted to this drug. Is that your assessment?
I have found that not to be true. If an individual takes a therapeutic dose of OxyContin for more than 30 days, more than likely they'll have a physical dependence, whether they have a physical and genetic propensity for it or not.
We might get a different perspective on that coming up. And William, let me go back to you and ask you how you're doing. How long has it been since you stopped using OxyContin, and how are you doing right now?
It's been about 7 months, and I'm doing well, fortunately, because of the structured program that Jake is talking about. And it really is a day at a time at times, and because I'm dealing with the same similar problems as Rush. I've had 3 spinal surgeries, and once you get rid of the medication, you still have to deal with the pain.
And are you in pain right now?
Absolutely.
All right, well, we'll have to leave it right there. I hope you feel better. William Stelcher, thanks very much for joining us. Jake Epperly, appreciate your joining us as well.